Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show. God, we have a great show for you guys today. Once again, thank you, Mixed Cocktail Hour, Gene Blag, Tammy, and Scott. You guys are literally the best. Watch that show, guys. Just look at the link below, Mixed Cocktail Hour. Go right to it. They have some great drinks. And of course, look at this, Woodford Reserve. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's just get right to the show. Aaron Rodgers. Everyone's wondering, Aaron Rodgers, what's Aaron Rodgers doing? Oh my God. My brother, Brian Watson, two of the best fans around for the New York Jets. They're all like on their seats, man, just waiting. What's going on? What's going on? But of course, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. You got an MVP quarterback, right? $50+ million they have to juggle, right? And then have to fit that team into players. And then we got salary cap issues. I mean, every single team right now is going through salary cap hell. I mean, it is. Yeah, it's like, well, Joe Burrows, they have to sign him. They're talking 50 million plus, right? Same thing with Jalen Hurts. 50 million plus. They're getting rid of people. They got rid of Miles Sanders. I mean, there's a lot of things that they're moving around. Even Slay. Slay was going to leave Philly, go to another team with more money, right? But he decided to come back to Philly and take their offer. Wow. Well, of course, you know why, right? Philly has 2 first-round picks this year. They're in the Super Bowl, people. You don't think they're going to pick some great players, some more players to form around Jalen Hurts, and maybe even shore up that defensive line? Oh, yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. And Chicago Bears, they have picks. I mean, this thing of it, you have to understand something. With the draft, okay, it's not all about that, guys. It's not all about that. This whole show is about one thing only: gray-haired. What's gray-haired? Gray-haired players, meaning players in their 30s that are free agents, all right? Like Teddy Bridgewater. Well, Teddy just got picked up by the Washington Commanders. Well, guess what? There's still Carson Wentz around. What's he going to do? I mean, think about that. You know, he could be a great backup quarterback somewhere, like where? Miami. Wouldn't that be? I mean, Tua is really one concussion away from going bye-bye in the NFL. He really is, guys. Now, Tua, if he stays healthy, which he proved last year he can't stay healthy, who knows? I mean, you know, you don't have Teddy Bridgewater backing you up any longer, right? So that's another thing. Jared McKinnon. Yes, Jared McKinnon from the Kansas City Chiefs. He's available, right? But he's in his 30s. Latavius Murray, hello, 33 years old. He's still around, right? Another big gray hair is Odell Beckham. Now, reports yesterday, he has an offer on the table. He was talking around $4 million a year, but man, the offer on the table is from the Baltimore Ravens at $15 million, a 1-year contract. I believe there's some incentives there. Starts at 4, goes all the way up to 15. But hey, wow. Wouldn't that be amazing if Lamar goes back to Baltimore and throws it to Odell Beckham? Wow. I mean, they need wideouts, and they're going to need some more wideouts. Trust me. There's Jarvis Landry. Well, that would be another fit into Baltimore as well. Just think about it. You got Jarvis Landry in the slot, and then you have Bateman, you have Odell. Wow. I mean, then that wide receiver room and in Baltimore would just get a little bit better, just a little bit more juicier, right? But I don't know. It doesn't look like Lamar's too happy with Baltimore, so that just throws a big old wrench into the mix. Now, there are other teams offering Odell some stuff too. Now, I believe the New York Jets are trying to get him in as well. But if you're trying to compete with the $15 million, It's going to be a tough one for the Jets because they have to sign Aaron Rodgers, and there's that $50 million salary that's just hanging over their heads. I'm sure they could try to work out a deal, maybe a 2 or 3 year deal, kick the can down the road, so to speak, right? But you never know. You never know how. I mean, these days with all these quarterbacks making some good bank. I mean, think about it. Bear, they got to sign him, right? He's on a tender 5 year, and then you have to sign Joe Burrow, right? Jalen Hurts. I mean, what are they going to do with Tua? I guess they've picked up his 5th-year option, but he's one hit away from going bye-bye in the NFL, right? So you have to really be on top of this. T.Y. Hilton, guys. T.Y. Hilton, he's available. Like I said, this whole segment today is about gray-haired people who are just in their 30s. Gray-haired and in their. We have Mercedes Lewis, who's one of the oldest tight ends in the league that is in free agency. He's 38 years old. I mean, the guy is really good. He really is good. But you have to understand something. He's 38 years old. There's a lot of tight ends coming in the league this year. Really, really good tight ends, guys. I mean, just wow. And what about Cameron Brate, 31 years old? He is in the gray-haired club as well. Now, why do you think Philly did so well in the NFL last year? 70+ sacks, right? And there's a reason for it. I think they're kind of like the Chicago Bears remember Chicago Bears in the 80s? One of the best defenses in the land. Reason being is that their offense was a running offense like the Philadelphia Eagles. And that gave them a breath. You have to understand something back then. Back then you had McMahon, remember? Crazy McMahon, right? And then you had Sweetness running the ball. They had a great running game, and that's the reason why they were the top defense, because their offense was always on the field. Similar to Philadelphia, guys. Similar to Philadelphia. Their defense put their offense on the field with the rush, 70 sacks. I mean, amazing. And man, they got 2 first-round picks this year. Philadelphia Eagles have 2 first-round picks. Wow. Number 10, too. Number 10. And they're all thinking, where are they going to go? Where are they going to go with it? Think about it, guys. I think they're going to shore up the defense even more. Where can the Philadelphia Eagles go? They're just going to keep loading up, and having that depth chart even bigger, because Jalen Hurts, they have to sign him, right? They're all talking 50+. Same with Burrows. Same with Bear, right? And so it's all relative, guys. It's all. Did you know there is going to be over 250 one-year signings in the NFL this year? That tells you that, and players' values have gone way down. And the reason why the players' values have gone way down is because it's so skewed. We have the quarterbacks and the wideouts making so much money, and then the offensive line. Hello, Lance Johnson re-signed with Philly. He didn't allow 1 sack last year, not one. Offensive tackle, left tackle, Jalen Hurts' blind side, didn't allow 1 sack, not one. He signed for $33 million for a 1-year deal, and $30 million of that is fully guaranteed. Wow. Vontae Smith is available. Another gray hair. Roger Safford, 34 years old. Now, mind you, when you're in your 30s and you're a tackle and a guard, I think that's the prime. When you're in your 30s and you're an offensive tackle and stuff like that, I really think that's when you peak. That's just my opinion. You have Ben Jones, the center, available. You have Devontae Smith, left tackle, that's available. You're going to see this happening. There is a lot of gray hairs out there that are still available. People are waiting for the draft, seeing how it rolls out in the draft, but not everybody has draft choices, guys. Not everyone has draft choices. A lot of teams have given up the draft choices to try to get, big time free agents. You have to understand that, man. Taylor Lewan. Taylor Lewan is available, right? He's a right tackle. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. Taylor Lewan. Think about that. Think about that. There's a lot of guys out there. So when you're picking your draft choices, think about who is available, right? So if it comes to your team and you're picking a player in the NFL draft this year, you have to understand who's available. If you get picked up after free agency, it's a hit or miss if you want to get picked up after or before free agency. Before free agency, it's kind of like they're just taking that's Lewan's a great deal. Let's pick him up, right? Right? Oh, wait a minute. How much are we going to pay him? Maybe we can get someone in the draft. We'll wait for the draft. We don't get anyone in the draft, then that Lewan, his actual cost to get him will be higher. It just will, because the agent will know that team did not pick up a right tackle and they need a right tackle. Well, guess what? Now you're going to have to pay if you want Taylor Lewan, right? On defense, you have a lot going on defense. Really, you do. You have Clowney. Every single year, it seems like that Clowney is available. Ndamukong Suh, Clowney. I mean, and they all these teams, they'll wait until the last second and then they'll sign him. And Clowney is just worth, his agent thinks he's worth so much. He is just not. He's never available. He's past his prime. I'm sorry, but I mean, he's in the gray-haired club. Thing is, with Jadeveon Clowney, he's only 30 years old, and it seems like he's like 40, doesn't it? I mean, seriously, guys. Leonard Floyd, 30 years old. He's available. You have edge rusher Frank Clark available. Frank Clark. Wow. You have Justin Houston. Yes, Justin Houston is available. So you have Clowney, Floyd, Clark, and Houston all available, all edge rushers. Man, guys, really, think about it. Wow. You have interior defensive linemen available as well. Now that's key, because those guys are in the trenches. And when you're in the gray-haired club that these guys are in, you really have to pay attention to who is available, especially after the draft. If you didn't get anyone, you have to understand who's available and who's not available. Let's go into the interior linemen that are available in the gray-haired club. We have Shelby Harris, 31 years old, awesome interior lineman. You have Quentin Jefferson, excellent interior lineman as well. Of course, what did I say? Ndamukong Suh. Once again, Ndamukong Suh is available. He waited until last year to the end of the season, and he came on with the Philadelphia Eagles, and they went to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, they lost to Patrick Mahomes, right? Gray-haired guys, gray-haired. You can see these guys doing this, coming to practice. You have linebackers available. Anthony Barr, All-Pro, made the Pro Bowl, 31 years old. He's available. You have Marcus Golden, another linebacker available, 32, right? You have John Bostic available, 31 years old. All these guys are a gray-haired club. I'm making fun. I'm having fun with it. 30 years old, gray-haired club. That's just the way it is, guys. That's just the way it is. You're in your 20s. You're doing well. It's prime time in your 20s. Once you get into 30s, especially playing NFL football, a lot of hits, a lot of wear and tear in the body. I mean, you're always hurt. Trust me. All these guys are usually always hurt on the football team. When I played, even baseball. I played college football and then I played professional baseball. And man, I was always hurt. And you know what? Right now, I am feeling it plus. I can't even imagine these guys who are playing in the NFL, right? The Raiders. But man, guys, please don't pick a quarterback the first one. You need some defense. You need to shore up that defense. Go with Jimmy G. Seriously. I know you need to add to your roster. There's a kid from Stanford, the 6'6", like 250 pounds. He's a sleeper. Pick him up. Pick him up in later rounds, maybe a second, third round. I think he's a sleeper. And, just pick him up. Put him in the quarterback room. Have him learn from Jimmy G. But don't pick Levitz. Don't pick all these. No, guys, seriously, Raiders. Josh McDaniels, listen to me, brother. Listen to me. Defense, 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 and defense. You need corners. Pick the best corner, man. You have to realize who is available. Marcus Peters is available, guys. Marcus Peters. Wow. Marcus Peters is 30 years old. Great cornerback. Great cornerback. Also, you have Bryce Callahan. Yes, Bryce Callahan, 30 years old, available as a corner. Gray-haired club. Guys, this gray-haired club is going to be all over the NFL. Trust me, there's a lot of great players that are still available. I'm sure they'll get one-year deals. Like I said, there's going to be like around 250 one-year deals in the NFL. Man, the pay scale has just dropped from quarterback to corner, or the one-year deals are so, it's just wow. You also have Byron Jones, right? And then you have William Jackson. Both corners, both available. I could go on and on all day. Of safeties. Safeties are key, of course. There are some safeties coming out of draft, but the safeties these days, if you're not like a Jalen Rams or anything like that, safeties are, they're out there. They're out there. And you have to, I would rather get a gray-haired safety than a rookie. And there's a reason for it. They've been in the league. They know how to play. They know offenses. They know how to play in different defenses. They've been around. So when they go to a team, it's going to be easier for them to learn the defense. That's what you have to deal with, right? When you have gray-haired players. Adrian Amos, wow. Green Bay Packer, Adrian Amos, he's available as a safety. You have Darren Harmon available as well. Wow. I'm telling you guys, these guys are so good. There's one kicker that is available. And this blows my mind. This blows my mind. 40 years old, Robbie Gould. Yeah, Robbie Gould from the San Francisco 49ers. He's available. Wow. Robbie Gould, 40 years old. He's available. He's so good. Knowing the Niners, I just can't fathom why they would just let Robbie Gould float into the wind. He's a really good kicker. The most he can get these days is maybe 50 yards, 47, 50 yards. We have kickers coming in from college that are like 50 plus, and they're like, wow, I understand that, but he is so automatic from 45 to in. He is really good. Robbie Gould is a pickup, guys. Robbie Gould, trust me, Robbie Gould is a pickup even at 40. They're a kicker. Come on. They can, they do get old, and he is really great here. He's like, Robbie Gould. I'm cleaning a little. I'm a bartender. Hey, Woodford Reserve, huh? Anyway. But what you have to realize about pro debuts, like Bryce Young's pro debut, you have Will Levis, who is Kentucky's debut, right? Everyone goes, all the teams, they go and see how they do. But what you have to understand, the pro debuts are usually scripted, right? And that's what you have to realize. And it's all scripted. So these players have been going over this script, and they're doing what they want to do. And they're going to show off their arms, and they're show off like Anthony Richardson doing his backflips, and I'm sure the pro scouts were going, "Wow, he is such a great athlete, but is he a quarterback?" Right? Indianapolis Colts, they're talking Anthony Richardson. They're the fourth pick. They're talking Anthony Richardson. You have the first pick, CJ Stroud, who is going to the Carolina Panthers. The second pick is the Texans, Houston Texans. They're going to take Bryce Young. Third pick would be the Arizona Cardinals. We don't know what they're going to do. Maybe defense, edge rusher, Alabama. Maybe fourth pick goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Who do you think's Anthony Richardson or Will Levis? Which one? Both of them have terrible percentages when it comes to accuracy. And they're both in the 50s, so you don't know. I mean, they're not plug and play. CJ Stroud, plug and play. Bryce Young, plug and play. Both of those guys will be going into the NFL this coming season, and they will be starting. You have to understand that. The other two, Will Levis isn't going to be starting right away. I can guarantee you that. And Anthony Richardson, he isn't going to be starting right away. I mean, they might throw him in as a wildcat offense, but man, think about it, And then I just found out yesterday, Tennessee, the Titans, have been talking to the Arizona Cardinals about the third pick and trying to trade down because they need a quarterback of the future, because Malik Willis ain't all that, guys. I mean, I don't even think Malik Willis will be making the team this year, no less being a backup for Ryan Tannehill. That's not going to happen, guys. That's just not going to happen. There's a lot to go around. I mean, just Lamar Jackson. Guys, pick him up. He is such a great talent. I mean, I just don't understand why teams, I know that they're afraid of signing Lamar to a guaranteed contract, but you know what? I think that Lamar's smelled the coffee and he knows where it's at right now. I think he's smelled the roses, smelled everything, put himself out there, and not many teams are actually jumping on it. And it's the whole guaranteed money. No one wants a Deshaun Watson contract. No one in the NFL. One of the worst contracts ever in the NFL is Deshaun Watson. Really. Think about that. You have this year. Just think about who's in that. Just think about who's in that division this year. Baltimore, Cincinnati. I mean, come on. Pittsburgh. Hello. I mean, that whole division is so stacked, and it's going to be a tough division. Tough division. Cincy, what are they going to look like? They need to sign Joe Burrow, and he's going to be 50 plus, right? I mean, they can kick the can down the road for the next 2 or 3 years, right? And sign Joe and then keep people. But they were even talking about Joe Mixon. People say, Joe, I don't know if he's going to be around. P. Ryan's gone. So you have to understand is that all these teams that made it to the playoffs this last year, they're going to be different. Philly's going to be different. They had to get rid of players, right? Cincinnati has to get rid of players. Los Angeles has to get rid of players because they need to sign these quarterbacks. It's really important, guys. I had fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to end the show with a mixed cocktail hour. Yeah, a mixed cocktail hour drink of the week. Can you believe it? Scott, Tammy, Dean Blagg, you guys are the best. Thank you for tuning into my show. Let's give it up to Mixed Cocktail Hour Drink of the Week.
We're going to be making a drink called Felix Felicius. We're going to start off with an ounce of a nice Irish whiskey, 3/4 of an ounce of mezcal, 1/2 of an ounce of honey syrup, B&B, half brandy, half Benedictine, 1/2 ounce, 2 big dashes of barrel-aged chocolate bitters.
That's delicious. Expelliarmus!
3.
Welcome.
Yeah, where's Tammy?